Um, I'm gonna make a cup of coffee. I'm still waking up. It's been a it's been an interesting couple of nights. I'm calmer, but last night I kept waking up thinking I was streaming and confessing shit. So I may have inadvertently skipped over some of the best material I got for this whole thing I'm going through. Um, yeah, I need coffee. Excuse me. I will be back. But hey, chapter 3. I wrote that. Like the word chapter 3, not the chapter, but it's there. So I'll be back. So my wife has a thing now that she's in therapy. Whenever she has a session and the therapist says something that she doesn't like, and that she needs to hear, but she doesn't like it, she goes out and buys clothing. My wife already has a clothing addiction. Like most narcissists do. And here's the thing that really pisses me off about this shit. She's going to a therapist, and the therapist is having to dodge around and try and explain things to her as delicately as possible to make sure that she actually hears it. For $200 fucking an hour. I've been doing that shit for 20 goddamn fucking years. This bitch is getting paid for it? And again, therapy is to help people discover what's wrong with themselves. Because if you just tell them you're this, you're going to be like, no, I'm not. Because that's the function of the conscious mind. They have to unlock it from their own fucking subconscious so they can take credit and agree with it. And the subconscious already knows. Subconscious always fucking knows. So yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb as fuck. I'm just waiting for the therapist to be like, you know that you're a narcissist, right? Not malevolent, not like an evil narcissist, but you learned it as a coping mechanism, and it's fucking up your husband's head like goddamn fucking crazy. I mean, probably not as much as his mom did, but hey, that's how therapy fucking works. We come in marriage, we come in with our fucking traumas, we find someone who matches our traumas so we can exercise the nonsense that our parents fucking did in the hopes that we can make it make sense to us. But without actually naming it, labeling it, identifying it, what the fuck are you doing? Just battling out feelings? Fuck. So she got some cute shoes. That's what I'm saying. She got some really cute shoes, like little kitty heels, but with like kitties on the shoes and little tails on the back. So like kitty heels that are kitties. That's how fucking adorable my wife is. And it's so fucking stupid. It's like she's going to therapy in order to have the therapist tell her things about herself that she doesn't like. And in order to cope with these things, she goes out and she buys clothes and shit. I already know about all these things inside of her that she doesn't like and that I don't dare bring up myself. And I fucking love her for it. Like, all the fucked up mental bullshit that she puts me through, I just see as a pattern that she's trying to fucking work through of her parents' shit. But until she comes to that point, and believe me, I've told her for years, this is not you. These aren't even your words coming out of your mouth right now. You learned this shit from your father, and you're just repeating it. But whatever. So I gotta sit around studying the human condition for fucking fun. Oh, that's right. That's all I do. And she's bored and sick of it. Anyways, I don't even know if I'm streaming right now. Like, the only people who could talk to me are YouTube, and no one ever watches me on YouTube. Hallelujah. I don't know why I keep posting there. Yeah. This is me waking up, trying to deal with my fucking trauma. Not the childhood shit. No, just the marriage shit. And it's hard to say to like friends and family and shit, like, yeah, my wife is a narcissist. It's difficult because everybody loves her, like the way narcissists do when they're orchestrating positive feedback. And I gotta change this stream manager, but whatever. I'm supposed to be writing. Not supposed to be talking about her and what she did. It's me. It's my fucked upness. Yes. I am the one. Title. Starting on chapter 3. Writing and reading. Practice SFM, no. Animation, no. Ah, thanks. I really appreciate that, Nia Galaxy. I really, really do. Yeah, I hope you do too as well. Maybe I'll get lucky and things will be, I don't know, fantastic. All right. Ooh, that first sip of coffee. Mm. All right. Let's see, where am I at? Window. Chat GPT. Wait. All 4 new features explained in what? Oh, this was in April 2020. Like, what? New features? No, this is like over 2 years ago. Okay. Try on Chat GPT Plus. Jillian's Journey Critique. Jillian's Journey Analysis. I'm going to pop the whole thing in. Oh no, let's do the critique then. The analysis is the last one that it wrote. So I'm going to pop in the first 2 chapters and get some feedback to hopefully get me going this morning. I'd be happy to get out, I don't know, a paragraph or 2. Doesn't need to be a lot. Sweet. Okay, so it's going to give me a chapter 3, the Becoming suggested overview. Let's see how I feel about that. Chapter should open with stillness, not peace, but suspension, a moment where everything holds its breath. The death blow has been struck, the queen has fallen. The knife is slick, but nothing happens at first. The crowd is dead silent, the monsters stop fighting and are twitching in the final stage of transformation. Blood pools and drips into the rooms. Jillian stands over the body, alive, awake, and no one knows what comes next. The Nephilim is watching. Sorry, folks. A bit of snacky snack in my throat. The circle accepts the blood, but there's no longer drawing power from the queen's will. It's resonating with it. Jillian. The hum begins, low and ancient, symbols under the marble. Sorry about the sweat. Not as bad as other nights. Jillian staggers, not from fear. Yeah. Jillian staggers, but not from fear, but because something is entering her. Memories, a voice, a vision. This isn't her ritual anymore, the Nephilim said. She wanted a god, she gave it to a girl. These are some decent lines. Jillian's mind cracks open. This is the moment to rewrite her understanding of the world, as if a second reality has been living just beneath the surface. She sees her true mother dying not of illness but murder. Morrigan's priests whispering in the queen's ear, herself as a baby masked with light in a silent room. The truth comes not in exposition but symbolic flashes, unsettling clarity. The being awakes, but looks to Jillian. Something does rise from the cracks, but it doesn't emerge with fire and screaming. It coalesces like shadows crawling toward Jillian, drawn not to her blood, but her broken faith and clarity. It could be a voice inside her head, a mirrored version of herself, a towering shape with antlers and light that speaks in thought and memory. It might say something simple like, "You are not what was promised, but you are enough." or you are the altar and the flame, the Nephilim kneels or draws his blade. This is a good time to test the reader's trust in him. He might kneel before her, not out of servitude but recognition, or more terrifying, he draws his weapon and points it at her, not to kill her but to challenge her. I was sent to stop the summoning, he says, so tell me what you are. Letting Jillian answer with something true and terrifying like, I don't know what I am, but I'm not yours. I don't hate that. The world changes. The chapter should end with a sign that the balance of power has shifted, that Jillian is no longer just a piece in a game, but a player. Possibility storm rises across the kingdom, birds fall silent for the first time in centuries, a tear in the sky appears above the castle, unseen by the fleeing guests, but clearly visible to Jillian. The circle brands itself onto her palm or chest, a seal, a warning, or a throne's mark. She may whisper the final line, I think I broke the world. Thematic function. This chapter completes Jillian's internal revolution. She has crossed from passive to active, believer to seer, pawn to wildcard. In chapters 1 and 2, we were her rejection of the lie. Chapter 3 is the birth of her new self, a self the world is not prepared for. Would you like me to write the first paragraphs of chapter 3, continuing in your style and voice, or would you prefer to help I script a key moment like Jillian's vision, or that the being speaks to her? Nah, I'm gonna raw dog it. Stand by. Doesn't know what to think. Perfect. Raw dog the cosmos, Jack. I'll be right here when you're ready to sharpen. Stitch it and set it on fire. Let it bleed. Fuck. It's scary how AI gets to know you, right? Okay. Raw dog the cosmos, Jack. I'll be right here when you're ready to sharpen it, stitch it, and set it on fire. ChatGPT, I think I love you. Best editor I've ever found. Not that I've ever bothered to look for an editor, but okay. The editor was still. Now there was only a wretched silence. I feel like I want to put in the word that, but is it too much exposition? Now there was only a wretched silence that. Ugh. Memories she had long locked away. The air was still, bodies, both human and demon, lay scattered in bloody heaps. Those who had not been transformed or slaughtered had managed to flee up the stairs, screaming. Now there was only the wretched silence that crawled inside Jillian's ears and pulled up memories she had long locked away. Till they vanished completely. Bam. And coffee's already doing its job, folks. I'm back. Ugh. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Damn it, I got an earworm. I hate earworms. Pulled up memories she had long locked away. Long since locked away. Uh-oh. Close. Alright. So you can let the rabbit out. It's cool enough in the house today. Thanks to the rain. The dog can chill upstairs. Mojo. Hey, buddy. Come on. You ain't gotta be locked up for now. Probably gonna lock you up later. I just sent a message to a job I filled out an application for, letting them know that I'm serious and thank you for the opportunity. Oh, really? I mean, my internet is out. Sweet. I may be older and longer out of college than the ideal candidate. I am at a transition. Oh, that's pathetic enough. Yeah, not a great position, but it's. Not reading. I'm actually writing a book right now, man. I just shot off a little message to a potential employer. But writing a book, not reading. Thanks. Fantasy cliche stuff. I'm at the point, just starting up chapter 3, where kind of your basic rescue the princess stuff, but instead I have her in the end of chapter 2 kill her own evil queen, and I really like to play on traditional, forms and values and stuff. It's good to see you, Dion. I ain't seen you in a while, man. I was worried. You doing okay? It's awesome, man. Passive to active. The world changes. Julian's mind cracks open. I got some notes from ChatGPT that I'm kind of using to help me get along with this. I like all those points. Okay. Bullet memories she had long since locked away. Mom, no, in a mem. I've actually written this book before, but it was too campy. It was too glib. I took too many shortcuts, and I was not happy with the end product. I actually published it on Amazon, and I desperately feel the need to rewrite it after. Well, I did it without learning how to write a book. I just did it. Then I learned how to write a book and really studied my Joseph Campbell and my metaphor and allegory and myth and all this stuff, and just kind of overloaded myself. So now I'm taking it all and just dumping it out. And I have written several others, a few that I haven't published. I got stacks of started stuff, half finished stuff, and some finished stuff. Yeah, so I hope this turns out well. I hope this is a conversation that can join into like classical literature and the humanities someday. That's my own vain attempt at taking part in the grand conversation of the human condition. Glowing with a brilliant light in a darkened room. What's this? A memory. She didn't think she should have a vision of herself as a baby glowing with a brilliant light in a darkened room. Yeah, that sounds about right. You just look that up? Yeah, I guess so. Huh, I'm surprised that's out there. Awesome. Happily Ever After. Yeah, horrible title. And I never illustrated it. It was really just a rush to just get it done to get it done. But yeah, that book is this book that I'm rewriting now. Okay, let's see what this does. There's a strong emotional continuation, quiet, haunted, heavy, perfectly suited for the aftermath of a ritualistic purge. Here's a review and a few light suggestions to enhance clarity, rhythm, and emotional weight without losing your voice. Line by line suggestion. The air was still, bodies, both human and demon, lay scattered in bloody heaps. Suggestion: the air was still, bodies, both human and demon, lay scattered. Bloody feels slightly more visceral. Ah. Is that it? Just bloodied? Yeah, bloody. Bloody seems, it's too European then. Right? Right. Alright. Bloodied heaps. Pardon me. Those who hadn't been transformed, those who had not been, those who hadn't. Titan's rhythm brings more immediate. The last phrase echoes like cries for themselves. Those who hadn't. Like, one book that I wrote that I'm really kind of bummed out I didn't finish and publish was a Barbie book. Like, I wrote a book about Barbie where she was a genius spy who was in protective services, and Ken was just her bodyguard. And it was a whole thing with, like, you know, Nazis and stuff like that. And then they came out with the Barbie movie later, you know, a little bit after I had finished it. And I was like, oh, this is good too. This is a good story too. Those who hadn't been transformed or slaughtered had managed to flee up the stairs, screaming. Their shrill cries reverberating down the halls until they vanished completely. Their shrill cries reverberating down the halls until they vanished completely. Oh, you like that, huh, ChatGPT? Now there's only wretched silence that crawled inside Jillian's ears and pulled up memories she had long since locked away. Now there's only wretched silence. Here's the revised version. Yeah, 7 years later, which, according to Cronus and astrology and all that, that's how much time you need to become a whole new person. Bam. Scattered in bloody heaps, those who hadn't been transformed or slaughtered had fled up the stairs screaming. Their shrill cries reverberated down the halls, then vanished. Now only a wretched silence remained, crawling into Jillian's ears, prying loose memories she'd long since locked away. Her mother's slow withering under the traitorous maid's care. Morrigan's dark elf diplomats whispering in the usurper's ear, and further back, buried in a memory she wasn't sure she should have, she saw herself as a baby, glowing with brilliant light in a darkened room. All these images rushed into her mind, setting her hands trembling. The silver knife, slick with the queen's blood, slipped loose and clattered to the floor, shattering the oppressive silence. um, as she stood exposed. As she stood exposed with no self-delusion to... Oh, hello, little spider. You never had a chance. Okay. As she stood exposed with no self-delusion to protect her. As she stood exposed with no self-delusion to protect her. The Nephilim, the High Elf. Yeah. Alright, I just got an excuse to be antsy. The robe is overkill. I need more coffee. I'll be back. More. Wait. Alrighty. Back for a minute. The Nephilim, or High Elf. A sick bemusement. It's a childish anticipation. Yeah, I want to say the last original project that I was working on prior to this was I started writing my own isekai. That was a fun little story I wouldn't mind getting back to sometime. Around this passage deepens the emotional aftermath with a sharp contrast between Jillian's inner collapse and the Nephilim's feral delight. There's a good rhythm forming here, grounded, cinematic, and emotionally raw. Below is a tightened and slightly enriched version with minimal adjustment, aimed at clarifying the emotional power and interplay between Jillian and the Nephilim. Exposed, no self-delusion left to shield her. Yeah. Jillian felt her legs threaten to buckle beneath, and High Elf wore something stranger, crouched low by the circle, watching it with sick bemusement. Jillian's inner unraveling seemed beneath his notice. He simply rocked back and forth, childlike in his anticipation. "Come on, you bastard," he whispered, voice thick with a low growl. Yeah, see? Yeah, that's what I meant to say, yeah. No. Oh. energy that spiraled like a whirlpool. Really, Lou? You can't just chill out there for now? I know this is way too long. Exchange for all it consumed. The air was blasted with sand, as if they were in a desert storm. To replace the previous opulence. And I really gotta say, ChatGPT is a major tool for being able to write just bad, sloppy, quick stuff that's straight from the subconscious and then pop it in and clean it up. And I've been working with ChatGPT since it first came out. The first thing I started to produce with it was because everybody was like, "There's a demon in the machine. It must be devils." I'm like, "All right, let's write a poetry book from hell," because I can't take writing poetry seriously anymore. I got published in that way too young, way too early. I don't respect it. I don't respect poetry at all. This paragraph is powerful in image and intent, but there's a bit of clutter and mild confusion sequencing that can be tightened to clear. Yeah, I know this. Below is a refined version that sharpens the pacing, intensifies the imagery, and preserves your voice. First, preserve my voice. That way I can put my name on it. The air turned hot, suffocating as if the stone floor within the circle began to fall away, stone by stone, revealing a swirling, luminous blue font of magical energy. It spiraled like a hungry whirlpool, pulling at the surrounding chamber with ravenous force. Cool. Tapestries tore loose, tables and silverware clattered to the void. Even the bodies of the fallen were dragged toward the vortex, consumed without ceremony. Yeah. The elf's grin widened. Jillian finally collapsed, sinking into the inflated poofs of her dress, a crumpled pile of disbelief. In exchange for all it devoured, the font breathed out a storm of sand, hot, stinging, and dry. In an instant, the ballroom gilded luxury was stripped away, replaced by the grinding grit of a wind-blown desert. Boom. Nah. Okay. And for this, I'm going to go to the notes that I wrote for another book that have this character in it. Jane's Journey, Daily Schedule, Word on, okay. Hellfire Armature. Open that. Boom. All right. The chaos. The chaos. No, damn it. Give me that. Give me. Is it too many things? All right. Let's see. Departure, Call to Adventure. Initiation. Meeting with the goddess. Woman as a temptress. Oh, here we go. Oh god, ChatGPT will not help me write this book that I'm looking at the armature of. This is my book on hell. I forgot just how. Yeah. 0 fucks given. There we go. I need a character list. I don't put them at the beginning of every section. I just have them at the beginning of the. No, that's not right. Well, sent to the hell. Part 2, initiation. The king, the goddess. Okay, so I really did not describe him as well as I thought I did there. All right. So, a figure began to rise from the center. All right, let's just, their internet. I use wretched. A wretched monstrosity composed of the decadence. Jillian Head. Long mistrusted. Pardon me. I like that. Black flame coiled upward, twisting into a cocoon that cracked and split, revealing a figure stitched together from all it had devoured. Flesh, torn, compacted, and contorted, mingled with stone, silver, and silk. Tables, finery, and corpses had fused into a single wretched monstrosity, a grotesque monument of excess. The ragged stranger never flinched. See, what time is it? I don't want to do this all day. 1:25. The ragged stranger never flinched. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Slept a little better. Not doing too bad. Getting down to the end of my morning writing session, I think, before I start trying to adult. I mean, not too hard. I'm still working on me, but... What's up, Lou? Do I gotta lock up the bunny? I think I gotta lock up the bunny. As he laughed, I love these hodgepodge rituals. You idiots will use anything you can to get to this world. Yeah, I know it's supposed to be. You gotta tell me. Boom. Control C. I know, Lou. I'm sorry, darling. Give me a second. I'm doing a thing. It's important. This might save the world. I don't know. Yep, that works. Mo, you mind if I lock you up again? I know, it's been a long night. You know what? I'm not going to lock you up, even though you just put yourself in your litter box and started munching on hay. Lou? Alright, the dog is whining, and the storm that has just been raging is temporarily settled, I think. So I'm going to, yeah. I'm going to call it quits. I feel pretty good about this. Holy shit. That's not bad. I did about a page and a half. That's good for a morning session. Yeah. So thanks a lot, you guys. I appreciate you checking in and, you know, making me feel paranoid that I got to keep writing and not get distracted. That very valuable. This is better than sitting down in any coffee shop so everyone can see that I'm a writer. So much better. I don't have to leave my basement or, you know, put on pants. So thanks a lot, you guys. Appreciate you all so much. And yeah, we'll be back on in a bit. Shut that down. Stop that.